From mesmerizing red gown with volcanic vibes to the nearly see-through metallic chain dress, pageant hopefuls have paraded their most show-stopping routines across the Miss Universe stage since 1952. Hello everyone and welcome to Crown Sisters. In today's episode, I give you a Miss Universe Top 10 most memorable and most iconic silver evening gowns in recent history. But before we begin, please make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Go on, I know you want to. Without further ado, here's the color of passion and optimism in the sophisticated presence of silver. Are you ready? First up, the Philippines in 2017. Despite photos being leaked online of Rachel's evening gown prior to the Miss Universe final and potentially stealing her thunder, Rachel showed up and still wowed the audience with her show-stopping performance in this wonderful gown. The silver, curve-bearing dress with a furthered skirt was created by Dubai-based designer Val Taguba. And when Rachel did not make the top 5, many fans on the internet exploded with messages calling P. Wurtzbach an unfair judge and blaming her for Rachel Peters' defeat in the competition. Whilst no one can deny that Rachel was an early favorite among many, Pia remained fair and impartial and was soon forgiven by Filipino pageant fans. Joining our leaderboard, Nepal. 2020 is the year for Silvergowns and many surprises. Nepali-Australian Anshika Sharma wore a stunning evening gown designed by Dominican-Lebanese Janina Azar during the preliminary competition. Despite being a favorite to win the crown that year and being the strongest contestant Nepal has sent to date, she failed to make the cut and was dubbed as one of the 5 El Tocuyos of the 69th edition. Up next, we have South Africa in 2018. Tamarind Green was another top favorite to win the crown, but placed first runner-up, was wearing the silver crystal gown for the Miss Universe 2018 finals night. It was one of my favorite gowns that evening. Designed by Galucci Guinea, the strapless column gown featured a side cowl drape and open side front slit. Unfortunately, it had a life of its own that evening and caught her leg in her walking space. It affected Tamarind for a moment, but she corrected her walk to make up for that clumsy runway mishap. Even with that, the gown itself was top-notch, and I loved the styling, including her hair and the matching silver crystal strappy heels. Many thought that South Africa would have a back-to-back win, but Miss Universe 2017, Demi Neil Peters, ended up crowning Catriona Gray, the 4th Miss Universe from the Philippines. At number 7 spot, Colombia. When Paulina walked on stage in this shimmery silver sequined column gown, I gasped. Paulina looked magnificent, like the perfect winner. The gown fitted perfectly. It was red carpet fab and her styling was fresh, modern and on point. And what a surprise! No slits or visible tacky platform stripper heels. This young lady knows how to do it all right. Her pageant coaches must have trained her well as she was walking with confidence and was showing strong stage presence. A lot of controversy unfolded after Paulina Vega was crowned Miss Universe 2014, especially after the favorite Jamaican beauty Casey Fennell only claimed 4th runner-up. Next up, we have Vietnam. Ha Henie wowed us all with her stage presence, pixie haircut, and silver sequined gown. I thought she looked marvelous on stage, elegant, and exuded pageant royalty in the shimmering costume gown by Linsan Couture. The column-fitted dress had an open scoop neckline, center front illusion panel, side front slit. crystal embellishments, and an enticing sleeve of metal coils that envelop her arms. The look is popular among many Hollywood stars and was certainly one of the best evening gowns. I just wish that her Q&A portion was correctly translated. Despite once being a housemaid, I feel she will be a queen for the rest of her life. Into my top 5, India. Harnaa Sandhu wore this elegant silver and champagne see-through gown, beautiful enough to make my number 5 spot. Designed by Saisha Shinde, the stunning creation featured Punjabi elements with thousands of sequins and crystals over a nude tulle base in a fit and flare shape. This faux open v-neck and sleeveless gown comes with striking silver embellishments and sheer panel extending up to her waist. The drop shoulders, risque thigh-high center slit added to the feminine charm yet remained conservative. Harnaa gave the designer full control of the design, with her only request being to include orange, her lucky color, into the gown. The designer cleverly sewed a small patch of orange inside the gown. It obviously worked. In 2021, after 21 years, the 21-year-old model brought home the most coveted crown and became the third beauty from India to win the title. At number 4, Philippines in 2010. After almost a decade of not making it to Miss Universe first cuts, Venus broke the placement droughts for the Philippines in a silver flowy dress by designer Alfredo Baraza. And oh yes, this is a third Baraza creation in our list. The Colombian designer yet again demonstrated his expertise in making pageant dresses with 2010 fourth runner-up Maria Venus Ra. Miss Philippines' silver lame gown was one of the best that I've seen on Miss Universe stage. I loved the oversized bow and how flowy and dramatic the entire look was. The color and the small amount of sequins were ideal to make a dramatic statement. Venus carried the gown like the sea goddess Amphitrite, and she was one of the brightest planets in the sky that night. If only she could answer questions like Athena. In the third spot, we have Colombia in 2015. This is the 6th non-winner on our list. Well, technically she was a winner for a brief moment, but we all know how that went down. From the moment Ariana Gutierrez walked out in this glittering metallic number, her place as a front runner was all but cemented. The clean, unfeathered silhouette makes her look 10 feet tall, and the strategic cutouts in the bodice emphasized her curves perfectly. This piece was designed by, yes, Señoras y Señores. It's another Alfredo Baraza creation. Filipino critics have been extremely harsh on this Colombian designer, a very close friend of Estela Marquez Araneta, Binibining Pilipinas pageant madam. Araneta had tapped Baraza to design the gowns for Miss Philippines Universe as early as 2001. Whilst creating gowns for the Philippines, he also created gowns for Colombia, and Filipinos believe Colombia were provided with superior gowns, hence leading to Baraza being dubbed the most hated designer in the Philippines and calls for Filipino designers. Regardless, every element of Ariadna's gown is a testament to Baraza's complete mastery of dressing both Colombian and Filipina beauties. Our number 2 spot goes to Venezuela. Gabriela Isler, or Molly to her friends, decided not to wear the gown she wore during the preliminary, as the stunning gown was 15 kilos heavy and not easy to wear, and she could barely make it down the stairs. Instead, Molly wore the same gown she wore for her Miss Universe website evening gown portrait, a silver and nude sequin gown with sleeves by Alejandro Fajardo. As host Thomas Roberts and former Spice Girls Mel B announced the first first runner-up and winner, there was a bit of confusion. The winner, Gabriela Isler from Venezuela, thought Miss Spain Patricia Rodriguez had won, until previous winner Olivia Culpo came over and crowned her as the winner, and the 7th Venezuelan Miss Universe. And finally, our number 1 spot goes to Puerto Rico. It's classy, it's elegant, and it's a work of art. Hailed as one of the most iconic gowns in Miss Universe history, the Carlos Alberto gown worn by Zuleika Rivera was made almost entirely out of metal. Its nude lining and lacquer proof make it look comparatively lightweight, but it reportedly weighed 14 kilograms and probably contributed to Zuleika fainting after her coronation. The nearly see-through metallic chain dress perfectly accentuated the raw sensuality of Zuleika. It was edgy, original, and she looked damn good in it. It was the most daring look in the 2006 pageant. The dress is still considered as one of the most experimental and bold gowns worn in the Miss Universe stage. In 2017, the Puerto Rican beauty queen took the world by storm when she appeared in the music video Despacito. With 8 billion views, it is the second most viewed YouTube video of all time. Only 18 years of age, Zuleika Rivera became the 5th Puerto Rican beauty queen to win the title and considered as one of the most successful queens in the history of Miss Universe. Which amongst the Silvergowns is your favorite? Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and always remember, don't let the clothes or anyone define you. Just be yourself, whether in a pair of jeans or an evening gown.